Well, today was the day I was going to try to do some work for the folks up at the church. They wanted me to pressure wash the side of the building. And I got this pressure washer, so I thought, oh, that'd be a piece of cake. But I went up there and tried to run it, and it wouldn't run. It just blowing fuses. So I'm going to take it apart and find out what's wrong with it. It worked last year. We put it away, and won't work this year. I know. I don't know what's going on with it. We'll pull it apart and see what we can find out. Okay, I've got the pump apart. There's the pump right there, and there's the top part of the pump. And here's the motor, and the motor works fine. I'm going to hold the camera away so it won't sling oil on it. Beautiful. The way this works is that this thing has a camshaft, and what I mean by that is that one side of this is higher than the other. It runs on a set of bearings, which on the inside of this pump depresses these three little push rods, I guess you could call them that. And as they depress, they go down into this brass piece, which is where the water is, and I think they literally push the water through at a very high speed, and that's what makes the thing do its little pressure spurt, whatever. What's happened is that these things over the course of the while they've been sitting around in the barn, have gotten kind of corroded, and they don't move freely on the shaft. So I'm out here with my PB blaster kind of loosening this up, because I'm thinking if I get this all loosened up, put it back together, put everything in the right place, put some transmission fluid in there to keep that lubricated, then that should work fine. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, I've knocked these shafts, or one of them, out of the pump. What I'm going to do is take me a fine piece of sandpaper. I'm going to sand that in real good, and then I'm going to put it back together. I think that'll fix it. Okay. Here's the first one I've got cleaned up. The whole point is that needs to slide in and out pretty easily. It does now. So I should be able to put the spring back in it and put this cap back on the end and then move on to the next one. Okay, I've got this head back on here. I got the bearing in place. I had to get Trish to come out and turn the bolts for me while I held this down, because I had to depress the springs so that these three things stick out. But it's working now. You can see they'll pop up and down when I turn it on. That is the way it works. And I can see where these have water that touches the end of them, so I can see where that would cause these things to corrode. I'm going to try to pour oil down in there, and what I might do, now that I know how this works, is in the wintertime I might just pop that head off there and let oil sit on these through the winter. But anyway, for right now it's working good enough. I think I can put it back together and go up and finish my job up at the church with it.